Let's make a seafood mac and cheese topped with bang bang shrimp. I personally don't eat seafood, so this is strictly for the family, but let's make it together. Cheers. We're going to start off by adding 3 cups of elbow macaroni, 4 cups of water, and about a tablespoon of salt. We want to heavily salt or pass the water, and then we're going to allow that to boil for 7 to 8 minutes or until al dente. While that's boiling, I'm going to go ahead and start grating my cheese. I'll be grating my cheddar cheese, my mozzarella, and my medium cheddar cheese. I think in total I grated about 6 cups of cheese, so about 2 cups each. I'm then going to set that to the side and start prepping my seafood. For this seafood mac, I'll be adding shrimp, scallops, and lobster. So I'm going to go ahead and just chop my shrimp and my scallops a bit smaller, and then I'm going to go ahead and season them. To season my shrimp and scallops, I'll be using onion powder, garlic powder, Cajun seasoning, and Old Bay. I'm then going to mix that all together and then set that to the side. Next, I'm going to start prepping my lobster. I've literally never touched lobster in my life, never had it personally, but I'm going to go ahead and struggle through removing it from the shell. Once I have that removed, I'm going to go ahead and give that a quick rinse again. I've already washed everything before doing this, but I'm going to wash this again, and then I'm just going to also slice this up into smaller pieces. Then I'm going to season my lobster with some Cajun seasoning, Old Bay, and garlic powder. I'm going to mix that well and then set that to the side as well. Once I have my seafood prepped, I'm going to go ahead and start chopping up some garlic. I completely forgot to buy garlic butter, so I'm just going to chop up some garlic and I'm going to saute that down in my unsalted butter. Once we have everything prepped, we're ready to start cooking. So I'm going to add a stick of butter to my pot. I'm going to let that melt down, and then I'm going to add my garlic to my pot and just allow that to saute for about 2 minutes. After about 2 minutes of allowing my garlic to saute, I'm going to go ahead and add my scallop and my shrimp. I'm going to allow that to cook for 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm going to add my lobster into it as well, and then I'm going to give that a mix and allow that to cook for an additional 2 minutes. Seafood cooks really fast, and you don't want to overcook it and have it be extremely rubbery. So I'm going to cook it in total for 5 minutes. I'm going to remove that from the pot because once we put it in the oven, it's still going to be under heat, and if it needs a bit of cooking, it will be done once it's in the oven. Once I'm done cooking my seafood, I'm going to have a lot of the juices left over. So I'm going to pour out half and I'm going to keep the other half. And then to the other half, I'm going to add about 473 milliliters of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to stir that in and then season my pot with Old Bay, garlic powder, and Cajun seasoning. Once I season it and I give it a quick mix, I'm just going to cover it and let that cook up for a little while. Once my sauce starts to bubble, I'm going to start adding my cheese. I'm going to gradually add my cheese and stir as I add because I want to prevent my cheese from sticking to the bottom of the pot. So I'm going to add about half the plate of cheese that I grated earlier, and then I'm just going to give that a mix, ensuring that my cheese incorporates into my sauce well and nothing is sticking to the bottom of the pot. Once my sauce was nice and smooth, I went ahead and gave it a quick taste. I wanted to see if it needed any more seasoning. I regretted that because as soon as I took a taste, my throat started itching. I felt like it was going to close up. I don't know if I'm allergic to seafood, but I need to look into that. However, the sauce was good, so we were perfect. I added a little bit more cheese, and then I went ahead and added my macaroni. I just gave it a quick stir, ensuring that my macaroni was mixed in properly. I then went ahead and topped off with a little bit more cheese because why not? The more cheese, the better. So I added a little bit more cheese, gave it a quick mix, and then I re-add my seafood in, and then I'm going to give that a quick mix. I wish I had a lot more seafood than I ended up with, but we're going to work with what we have. I'm going to mix in my seafood, and then I'm going to get my baking pan and prep it and get ready to bake my mac and cheese. To prep my baking dish, I'm going to add a little bit of oil and then I'm going to brush that around. I want to brush and cover all the areas. I love to add a little bit of oil to the bottom of anything I'm putting in the oven because it really does help prevent sticking. So I'm going to oil my pan and then I'm going to add my mac and cheese in. Once I have my mac and cheese in, I'm going to top it with the leftover cheese that I grated earlier. If you need more cheese, you can make some more, but I'm just going to add a generous amount of cheese on top. Then I'm going to sprinkle the top with some paprika and some Cajun seasoning. I'm then going to put that in my oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 325. Once that time is up, I'm going to take a look and then just cover my macaroni with foil. I'm going to turn my oven down to the lowest setting, which for mine is 170. I'm going to allow that to sit in the oven for another 10 minutes while I prepare my bang bang shrimp, but you want to turn it all the way down, cover it up, and then just allow it to just sit in the oven for a little while. This is a finished product. I really do wish I ate seafood because this looks and smells so good, but I really do hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Until next time, bye.